This is Black Views bringing you the Black News. So today, I wanted to have a conversation about accountability. Accountability, the state of being accountable. These are elements that are no longer in our communities. No accountability, no one wants to step up and say things that need to be said. Well, there's communities where there are absolutely no men, just women, children, and food stamps. And these are facts. These are the same people that will say, there's racism, and there is racism. They'll say that, they hate us. Yeah, and they do hate you. But you're not accountable to yourself. I see it, you see it. There's no white people running through our neighborhoods. These are facts. They're not running through our neighborhoods, even though they may be a part of the bigger scheme of things. But you run smack dab into this every time with your accountability. Your accountability just runs wild. No one can save you from yourself. You get out here in the community, you die. You know why you die? You're dying doing something you weren't supposed to do. Very few cases that we're seeing where, and there are cases of racism, there are cases because guess what? The devil's going to lurk out and he's going to get his prize. But the point is, our own accountabilities for what we do, we don't seem to have interest in. So, you think it's okay to walk around with a gun as long as you're not pointing it at anybody. And then when you get yourself in a situation, then it's the cop's fault. Then it's everybody else's fault why you got caught doing something you were not supposed to do. You feel that you need to sell drugs to sustain life. While the regular person every day is going to work finding a job, finding a way to make wage, there's a degenerate that's just selling drugs. And I'm not even going to say selling drugs. There's somebody out there trying to cheat the guy that's trying to buy the drugs. There's a guy out there that's trying to steal from the guy that has the drugs. There's just a whole muck going on. There's no structure of any type. These kids are doomed from the beginning. There's no structure. There's not even a group or a thing or entity that's holding things down. And these are traps. Today, there is no drug that the feds know about, that they don't know about. There's just no drugs, bro. So whatever you're getting can be traced. Even the marijuana is in distilleries. The distillery, I think that's what it's called. They're in distilleries. So you don't have to be in the street to buy weed. So what are you selling? Illegal drugs. Not even weed. Like I said, the common person can get weed now. But your ass want to sell drugs. There's no game for drugs. You can't even be stupid and sell drugs. But I'm just telling you, there's no game. It used to be. I think there was a time where, it was free flowing and you could hide behind the trees and the bushes. But now, not no more, man. This drug game is out in the open. And anybody that wants to play in it is going to get caught. You're going to get caught. And guess what happens? You get caught. You do this. It's like the game is not even tricky. Sell drugs, get caught, go to jail. In case you didn't know, I don't understand, man. It just seems like some information's been lost somewhere in life, man. Man, you go out there, you get this felony, you're not allowed to participate in certain things. Certain things you just can't do. And you earned that felony because you went out and did it. You wouldn't listen. And even when you get a second chance, you still choose to destroy your neighborhoods. A lot of you want to be involved in this culture of criminality as if it pays. It makes you feel good. You get to what? You get to show off at expense of your freedom for some old stinking ass. That's nothing to offer. Who ass belongs to everybody else too, also, by the way. But your funky ass wanna go out there, stand on the side of the street, and you wanna sell drugs. You know, it's not like you're even coming home to help pay a bill, keep food in the refrigerator, or do anything like that, because you would just get a regular job. There's jobs out here, man. You don't want the jobs, and I get it. I understand. But you gotta start from somewhere. See, what a lot of you don't want to do, you talk about the grind. You talk about, oh, I'm grinding. But you're going to jail with all the other stupid ass baboons who will come out of jail and talk as if it was some great thing. Make the kids feel like jail is important so you can be important. But important to who? Yeah, that's all you do. You bring other people down, your own neighborhood. You want to bring them down to a level where you feel comfortable. See, and if you backtrack all this, you ask yourself, where the parents? Man, it's no longer, from what I can see, in many cases, it's no longer parents, it's parent. And what is that parent doing all day? Many of them sitting at home, living off the system, watching TV, while the children are in school with other children. That's just the same. There is no accountability. There's no accountability. You can't beat the kids. You can't. Accountability. That's a hell of a word, right? And nobody really wants it. If you talk about it, then you're shaming somebody, or you're talking bad about someone that's down on their luck. But this is what's causing the killings, what's causing the incarceration. This is what's causing it. No accountability. We sit here all day, we see what's wrong, we know what's wrong. We don't want to deal with it. We want to push that on someone else. Like, let's just say tomorrow, the government was like, yeah, let's solve all the problems. We'll be right back at square one because there's no accountability. So for everything that you're saying that a child needs to do to change or to get better, most parents most of these particular parents, like I said, it's always the minority. These are minority of people that get seen. Okay, these are minority of people that they get heard, they get seen, they're encouraged to do devil activities. They're encouraged to go out here and rob and steal. They're encouraged to commit battery. They're encouraged to. This is all in today's music. I mean, I listened to it growing up. I still had, knowing that if I commit these crimes, something's going. I'm about to hit for my pops, man. There was something about that it made me fear a little bit. The pops, he gonna punish your ass when he get home. There was just something about that, man. It was just like, man, I didn't want to deal with that. That was heavy. And so that incorporated me into being a good person, man. While still my father and my mother gave me things to keep me busy, so I didn't have to turn to crime. I get all that. There are a lot of parents that don't have fathers. And there's still some that made good of themselves. You know why? They went in the military, they went to college, they played football. They did things where other men were involved that kept them in line. That kept them in due bounds. They didn't go outside. So they still had technically a father. They had someone to tend to their activities, to ensure that their behavior were on point. Today, if you talk about the military, you're talking about, black and you join the devil and all, but there's no other accountability mechanism. I mean, you have football, you have coaches that are going to yell at you while you're at practice. Then these kids go back home to the single parent homes. All mom wants to do is live her life. She doesn't even want to take care of the kids because she's not through having fun. Her mother encourages that. So we have homes where, I know we're going to hear it. Where are the men? Why aren't the men stepping up? It's not even about the men stepping up, because at this current state, the men that you're procreating with aren't even really men. They're just being designated as men. They don't think like men. They don't act like men. Those come from the same communities that I'm talking about. They didn't have a father. They didn't have any influence in their lives to hold them accountable to be good men. So there's a problem on both sides. The selection process, and a problem with men being held accountable as well. I mean, are we just to look at women to say, well, shit, they don't know better? It doesn't sound like they don't know better. They're boss bitches, right? They're boss bitches. You got Gorilla. You got all these female rappers that's jumping out the box, that's telling women that they're in charge, right? So why at the end of the day, they'll say, well, a man got me pregnant. Right? It's the man's fault. It's the man's fault. See, all these are mechanisms to keep you ignorant, so you continue to do the same things over and over. Your pride is junk. It just needs to be a big ass whipping that flows through the neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying? With no conditions to it. Just ass whipping, bro. If you're not acting right, just ass whipping. See, and that's what we mean by the 2/3. The 2/3 gonna fall off because it's no helping you. No one can tell you anything. No one can challenge you on anything. You want to fight everybody. You want to kill everybody. You want to shoot everybody. You don't want to be answered to. There's no accountability, bro. It's just failure on all levels. So I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Look, I was just talking about your HBCUs. Look at them, they're trash. Okay? The people that make it are the people that apply themselves. And this what we have. This is what we have in our communities, in our neighborhoods. And we spend so much time. And I keep telling you, you want to know how you fight white supremacy? Don't participate in the reindeer games, man. Don't do all the crazy shit that bring them breathing down your back. Okay? You know, you don't like the police, you don't like how they operate. Well, let's stay out the way. Let's stay out the way. Let's don't commit the crimes that bring the police. Let's don't be involved in things that don't bother, that are not involved with us, period. I see plenty of instances where something's going on and here go some other black people that want to just get involved in what's going on, and then guess what? They get their ass whipped and sent to jail too. See, it doesn't work for us. Okay, other people, other groups, they can go act the ass, they can do all kinds of heinous crimes and things, and they may get away with it, but not you, man. It's not meant for you, black man, black woman. It's not meant for you. You're supposed to follow the ways of the Most High, man. You're supposed to receive that knowledge. You know, when it says, my people suffer from the lack of knowledge, this is what we're talking about. Children having kids, the young men are out of order. They don't know how to communicate properly. They come across a problem, if they can't, if it's not really, then they want to kill it. They want to shoot it. It's not. We're almost primitive, man. If you haven't already seen us go down in the last 50 years, if you haven't sat there and watched us just, intellectually corrode. And I'm going to give it to you like it is. Intellectually corrode, man. For as many of us to sit here and go to bat for black people and talk about what's going on in this country, what's going on in this world, things that need to be brought to our attention. We got a personal problem, an inner problem. Where the 2/3 gotta go, man. We can no longer cry for you. See, you want to be part of the 2/3. You want to go out there. You want to be involved in mischief. We can't spend our energy on you because for as many times that we sit here and we talk about white supremacy and we talk about the right things that we should be doing, some of you are not doing the right things. You see? While we're sitting out here saying what the white man is doing on a bigger level, it's like some of you Negroes, you want to play in reindeer games. You want to be out there. You want to do the wrong things, the negative things. You don't want to do the right things. You don't want to be good. You want to be hard-headed. You just straight up want to be evil, so therefore suffer the consequences. And we're no longer going to speak up for you. Because you don't care anyway. You're disrespectful to your mom, your pops. You're disrespectful to women, and vice versa. The women disrespectful to the men. Could care less what you talking about, what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter to them. They just gotta go get some Balenciagos or some shoes and some shit to cover the stank. Many of you stink. You're not taking showers. Oh yeah, you just spray smell good over top of it, put on some nice shoes, and you stink. I don't know if you don't have a place to bathe, or if you just say, I'm not gonna wash my ass. And then there's so many of you women that, you accept that. You accept a dude with stinky balls, man. Either you accept it or you just don't know better. You think that just go along with being a stinky motherfucker. I mean, I don't know. Dusty ass niggas. You see? Following a group of nobodies, no education, No kind of wanting, but not that you don't have education, you just don't even want an education. You don't want to try. What you want to do is wallow and shit. And it's enough other pieces of shit out here that will support you. So even if you do go to a college, you have other people that's there. They down with that. Being hood, ghetto, not talking properly, not speaking properly, all different types of dialect. You don't even have a professional dialect. You just slamming it. Just getting by, holding your nut, and it's just so. It's to me, it's embarrassing. When I say embarrassing, I mean just embarrassing as a man, as a woman. Period. To not want to be upright, not want to do good, just want to be the bad guy. Just want to be dusty. Want to be disrespectful to women. Hoes, call them hoes and bitches. Like who? Like I don't understand. Like, do you want a good woman, or is this the type of woman that you want? Many of us are men. We can control the situation. Like even these boss bitches out here, they want men. They want real men, but they're scared of pieces of shit. Pieces of shit like you. You know what I'm saying? Don't care about anything but yourself. You're an opportunist. Like them type of niggas. I hate them niggas, man. They don't give a fuck, man. All they care about is their own personal well-being. They give bad names for all black men, period. But that's part of the 2/3. They gotta roll. The women too, man. Some of y'all in the 2/3 don't even know it, bro. Y'all worldly people, bro. You don't even seek the knowledge of the Most High. You don't seek. You just. Hey, I think it's too late. We are in Revelations. I really think it's nothing you can do for many of these black people, and not to mention that these are the black people that are heard from the most, because see, that's what the devil wants. He wants to magnify stupidity. He wants to magnify dumb shit. So you have these clowns, man, that get out of prison and they can get a hustle, see? Oh, they can get on the internet and just say all type of non-factual shit, just saying anything. Look down in there, when you look down and you look at these other videos, and they getting views too, man. Thousands. It's like the dumbasses just cling to dumb shit when you be watching these videos. Doesn't matter if they're saying what they're saying, if they're saying it correctly or not. It's just slime, man. And then these hoes, they just want to be, I don't know, they just want some attention. Because remember, they're creating the same, this dude that you see that we're talking about. They're going back and they create the same guy. No supervision, no proper instructions. The child just gets a juice pack and some Jordans and call it a day. There's nothing, there's just nothing. And then the world that he, that little world that he grows up in, that's what raises him. They can't articulate properly. You looking at the kid like, what the fuck? Like, you want this, that, they can't talk. And these are facts, man. I'm just telling you the facts, man. Some of y'all can get mad. I'm just telling you like it is, man, because y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it anyway. You're gonna sit there, and for every time that we talk about some real white supremacy, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter to some of these black people what we're talking about. They don't look past just that existence. They don't want more. They don't want better. They want to be where they are. And you know what else they want to do? They want to rob your ass too. They want to rob you, take your shit, and they want to bust a cap in your ass. Because that's what's going on. You can try to sugarcoat it. We can try to act like this is not what's going on, but this is exactly what's going on. They want to bust a cap in your ass just for being in your own neighborhood. But if you flip the dynamics, like they won't. It would if they were if it was flipped and it were white people, they wouldn't do they wouldn't be such of a predator. See, it's like because they're our own people, they feel like they have a license to prey on us and be disrespectful to us, your own people. And I do see a slight change in the dynamics a little bit, because I start to see like black people starting to carry weapons now. You know what I'm saying? And many of them have concealed weapons now. So, you know, I see news out here where, you know, they're carjacking the wrong brother. You know what I'm saying? And them kids catching lead to your death. I'm gonna go ahead and let it go from here. I know this is not the conversation that you wanted to hear today, but some of you need this medication. And I'm sorry. That's why your children are failing. You know, this is why there's no men in our communities. Because some of the men don't want to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to go down in the communities, and they don't even want to coach football there. They rather coach. Remember I told you yesterday, people tend to go to the whiter side because how it's ran. It's ran differently, see? So if you, in your own community, you know, shit is fucked up. And when you try to straighten it out, it's like another group of people that's there to get you out of there. You know, kind of like, you know, when Bill Cosby said something about, you know, pull your pants up and all these things. He wasn't saying nothing wrong. Just black people ain't like it. They ain't want to be told to pull your pants up. Like, that was just wrong. Something was wrong with that. Something was wrong with a man having his ass shown, and another grown man said something about it. And I think that was the last black man in your communities, Bill Cosby. So listen, comment, like, also subscribe. I know it's some dusty ass one got something to say. Please put it in the comments. This is Black Views, bringing you the Black Views, the Black News.